Welcome back. Problem number 1492, the kth factor of n. Today we're starting like a new series. We have about 23 problems of the highest frequency problems that Amazon did ask in the last spring. And we're starting by this problem. It's called the kth factor of n. So you are given two positive integer, n and k. A factor of an integer is defined as an integer I where n modded by I equals 0. Consider a list of all factors n stored in ascending order. Return the kth factor in list or return -1 if n has less than k factors. First thing that I want to say that the problem was really poorly written. It's not easy to understand what's going on. You have to read the problem like 3 or 4 times. However, if you are in an interview and you don't understand the problem, you like feel free to ask your interviewer, okay, can you just describe this more in details? Anyway, let's try to understand it here. So if we have the 12, so first we have a factor list, and we said that the factor list is all the numbers that when we mod them by I, it will equal 0. So in the case of 12, if we mod 12 by 1, it will equal 0. If we mod 12 by 12, it will equal 0. If we mod 12 by 6, also it will equal 0 because we can take 6 and other 6. If we mod 12 by 4, it will equal 0 because we can take 4 3 times from 12 as well with 3 as well as 2. So in the case of 12, we have all of these numbers that can be factors, or like if we mod them, the output will be 0. But in the other hand, in terms of the if n equals 7, we only have 2, because if you don't have that much numbers that you can mod to them and add up to 0 or like go back to 0, you have two numbers mainly, the 1 and the actual number by itself. So let's try to think how we can solve this problem. Unfortunately, there is nothing in the tutorial, so LeetCode doesn't provide you a way to solve this problem. So we can try to solve it with each other here. So in order to solve this problem, we have to start first thinking and how we can create the factor list. And when we create the factor list, we could take the third element, the second element, the fourth element of the factor list. It's pretty simple. But I guess the trick is how we can create the factor list, how we can create this array. So let's try to do it by ourselves here. Let's just make the code area quite bigger. So I'll say let, I will create an array and I will call it factors. And I'll create a for loop here, and it will be let I equals 1, and I should be less than or equal to n, and I plus plus, okay? And I would say if n modded by I equals 0, that means we should add it to the factor. So I would say factors dot push this I, okay? And by then, I guess we will be able to create the factors array, and it will be the next step is even easier. And I will say if k is bigger than factors dot length, as you can see here, if k bigger than factors dot length, I will return -1. Because there is no number here, so we consider a list of all factors of n sorted in ascending order. We should return the kth factor in the list. So if the k bigger than the factors dot length, that means there is no factor at this position. So return, or at this index, we should return -1. That means there is no factor in this index. Else, if we have other case, we return the factors of k, and we want to return, for example, if we have k equals 3, we want to return the third one. But I guess it's quite obvious that the index always in any array start by 0. So we have 0, 1, 2. So if we want to return the third element, we have to return the element that is in index 2, not index 3. So how we can do that? We just take 1 and we submit. And we are beating 91%. So it's a pretty good solution. So yeah, I guess the problem is not that easy to tackle. Since when you figure out how to create the factors array, I guess everything will be quite easy. The trick here is how to create the factor array. So yeah, that's it for this video, and see you in the future. How to close this video?